Let's get into some things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button if you are new here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be is back, cause I'll be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about y'all. It means that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up, everybody? We are live on TikTok and we are on YouTube. So to my TikTok family, welcome. And for my YouTube family, y'all come on in. Y'all know what to do on this side. Y'all know what to do. Make sure you are getting your Black Girl vitamins using discount code ReallyBTV. You will save 20% off on your first order. So for my TikTok family, make sure you guys are getting your Black Girl vitamins with 20% off using ReallyBTV on your first order. I want to thank Kilo Pop. I always say your name wrong, but she said, "Hey, Really Be, I ordered the Black Girl Vitamins collagen powder with your code. This is my second day taking it, and it has been helping me with my joint pain. Thank you so much. I am so glad that you are enjoying it." I said collagen. Lord, charge it to my head, not my heart. Thank you, Tyne. Is it Tyne? Thank you, baby. When I tell you today, the last 2 days have been a day. Yesterday at work was a whole. I had a lot going on at work yesterday. I may tell my members because it's a little personal about a student, so I don't want to say too much publicly, but I had a situation at work yesterday with a student, and then I had a personal situation with my own situation, and then today was just, child, baby, the kids is tired, and I'm tired too. And yes, I said the kids is tired. I said it. I said the kids is tired, and I'm tired too. Okay. But come on in, you guys. Let me see here. We're gonna say hi to the people on YouTube. And if you drop down on, I will say hi to the people over here as well. Thank you so much on TikTok. We already have 500 likes. Keep tapping that screen. Thank y'all so much over on TikTok. What's up, Lock Queen, Ray Bishop, Tawana? What's going on, Rock Chick, Kenya, Ravine, Angela? What's up, Crystal Marshall? Hey, Nettie, Diva Law. I bet you won't. Yes, I bet you won't. I love that name. Hey, Tanya, what's going on? El Michelle, Cajun. So y'all know somebody cutting up Cajun in the room. Hey, Quake, what's up, Katrina? Hey, Really Being Tribe members. And please, oh, yes, thank you. Hit that like button when you come in. Baby, listen, I didn't ignore you, Cajun. I have not been. Look, when I tell you today was a day, today was a day. I'll look at it. I'm sorry. Share my love. What's up, lovely Nola? Corey, Auntie Eva. Why does this thing keep popping up? Stop. Sitting up there with the action. I'm sorry. This thing keeps popping up. Why does this thing keep popping up on my screen? The heck? Child. Chuck, what's up, Chuck? Chuck, I saw your email. Yes, I think I told you that. I'll let you know. But it sounds good. I heard some other people say it was good, that restaurant you were talking about. So I'll give them a call and find out how many they can accommodate, what the reservation situation is. I need to get a head count because right now I have no idea how many people are coming. So once I get a head count, we can lock it in. Hey, B-Lo, what's up, grown woman? Don't try me. TD, Yana, Ray all day. Yes. Hey. Majani, Bap. Word on the curb, hibiscus rolls. Thank you. And if I missed you, charge it to my head and not my heart. Key Cocoa Pop. That's it. Key Cocoa Pop. I don't know why I always want to put an L in there. Key Cocoa Pop. Thank you so much for supporting, and I'm glad you are enjoying. I have the collagen powder, but I hadn't been drinking as many smoothies, so I got I've been doing the collagen gummies. And I definitely have been enjoying those as well. What's up, JB? Do we need to start a fund for a new computer? Listen, we're going to listen. Y'all know I do not like change. But I do think I'm gonna need to give me a new computer. But I do not like change. I just don't. That's why I had that MacBook that I don't hardly ever use, because I don't like change. But I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and just do it, child. What's up, Miss Gigi? Living in a messy world, but we will survive, baby. Tracy said, I'm having dinner and a show. She told him to stuff when the waiter walked away. He said, I was trying to win sexiest man. Sounds like he was doing the most. I love this boat. Quiet ghetto. You know what? You tell us, Tracy, I can't wait for you to come back and tell us all about your boat escapades, honey. I can't wait to hear all of the things that happened down to the ship and for all the things we have to look forward to. Hey, Didi. You know what? Listen, Didi. This is the one who, Didi is my girlfriend in Louisville who does the book festival. Didi, we talking about the book festival. That's what we were just talking about. She said, go on and get you another computer, dog. You work. And let me tell y'all something. I can hear her saying that because when I say dog is her word, everything is dog. Man, come on, dog. Dog, do you believe that? Dog, I heard such. I can hear you saying that, Didi. Hey, boo. Mwah. We are coming. I don't know how many of us are coming yet, but baby, we are coming to Louisville for this book festival. I shared your information out about looking for authors. We are coming, honey. We coming. We're going to go to some distilleries. We are coming to the book festival, and we are coming. So I can't wait for y'all to meet Didi. She's such a sweetheart. I love her so much. All right. And Didi, let me know the next time you're going to New York, because I really want to go see the play. I haven't seen it yet. I really want to see the play. So let me know the next time you're going to New York. I may meet you up there. Up there. All right. Oh, Lord, I forgot to give me some water. Y'all know I need water when I do this. Lord, I got this little bit of water left over from yesterday, and I don't need to be drinking this water that's sitting here. I'm about to go grab me something to drink. Okay. So let's get into it, you guys. First of all, let me just say this. What's up, Shade? Hey, boo. At this point, y'all, I just kind of want to be out there. I just want to get out the group chat. We're going to talk about Shannon Sharpe because we have to talk about Shannon Sharpe. But when I tell you I'm ready to get out the group chat, I am ready to get out of the group chat. Because I'm going to be honest, and I said this when it first happened, and I haven't been able to get Pam on the phone. We've been playing phone tag, but I really want to talk to Pam offline, like behind the scenes, and really get her opinion on some stuff. Because one thing Pam told me, and for those on TikTok, Pam is Pam the Law Intellect Esquire. Y'all need to be following her on YouTube for all y'all legal stuff. But one thing Pam told me a long time ago was, you do not litigate a case in the court of public opinion. Like, we are not the judge or the jury. Like, so when Shannon, and let me say this, Shannon, you don't have anybody to blame but yourself when I say, because you started the receipt dropping. Now, that doesn't mean she wouldn't have dropped no receipts either way, but you started it. You started dropping those receipts when you put them text messages out there. So now she putting out her stuff, right? Had you just let your attorney hey, what's up, cuz? Had you just let your attorney release? I told y'all the other day, the only thing the attorney should have said is, you know, we categorically deny these accusations. We look forward to proving blah, 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 blah. All this dropping, like, you tried to drop text messages, which in all reality didn't make you look bad. I mean, didn't make you look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really didn't make you look good, right? And now she's dropping stuff, and she done dropped another voicemail today where you talking about you choke her in public. Now, again, I know a lot of people are saying, well, maybe it's a kink. Maybe that's their thing. Maybe, but we don't know. We have no idea what their... And he doxed her, right? Because she filed her lawsuit as a Jane Doe. He put her name out there. So at this point, in my opinion, you escalated the situation. And again, we have to, and I'm not excusing anybody's behavior, but we got to remember we're dealing with a 20-year-old. Sir, you are almost 60. And a 20-year-old is doing what a 20-year-old is going to do. She's going to drop her receipts. I did have another something to drink here. Hold on, y'all, real quick. Let me just go grab me something to drink real quick, because I'm not going to make it. Because I'm all out of order, child. Hibiscus Rose said we don't care either. Child, I know I didn't care to know that much. Send them both away. Lord have mercy. Okay, let me give me something to drink, child. I know. I knew I had it over here the other yesterday, but I forgot. I took it in the kitchen this morning when I was getting myself together for work. He going to pay that. He going to pay that young girl. Yeah, he gonna pay her now. And I'm gonna tell you what I think happened. What I think happened, in my opinion, what I think happened was, because let's be clear, I know everybody keeps saying, "Oh, as soon as he getting ready to get this $100 million deal, da 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 da." Y'all, he knew about this lawsuit weeks ago, before it was reported that he was getting ready to get this $100 million deal. So she filed this lawsuit because of the $100 million deal. However, let me refresh what I said. She did file the lawsuit, but what I'm saying is he was already in negotiations with her. Remember, he offered her $10 million. Now, what I think happened, I think she walked away from the $10 million after that article came out. But let's be clear, this lawsuit was already in the works before. They were in mediation, and I don't know how long they were in mediation, but they were in mediation before that information was public about him getting ready, might be getting ready to get this $100 million podcast deal. Now, I think that might be why she walked away from the 10 million. I'll be honest. I think maybe she said, wait a minute, or maybe her or Busby said, oh, wait a minute, we about to settle for 10 million and this man about to sign $100 million podcast deal. Oh, we might need to reevaluate this. Now, I think maybe that's what happened. But I know people keep trying to say, oh, she filed it because she was already filing this lawsuit. And now everybody is going through everything dealing with you, Shannon. And it's not a pretty picture. It is not a pretty picture. There are 2 other lawsuits floating around out there that didn't get a lot of, attention. And like Mim said earlier, it probably didn't get a lot of attention because of Diddy and everybody else. So it kind of fell under the radar. First of all, when she didn't sign that NDA, he should have stopped pursuing her. That's what I don't understand. When she said she wouldn't sign the NDA, sir, why were you still dealing with her? Because it's clear. Let's listen. It's clear she was never your girlfriend. Now, she might have thought she was your girlfriend, but not one person reading that lawsuit thought she was your girlfriend. None of us. None of us. Because I ain't never claimed a man that don't claim me. We have never seen that woman in public with him. He don't take her to the Lakers games. He don't take her to the award shows. We never seen him coming in and out of the restaurant. I mean, I've never seen it. I mean, maybe I missed him. But let's be clear. If y'all been dating for 2 years and nobody even knew who you were, ma'am, he wasn't your man. Now, again, you might have thought he was your man, but none of us over the age of 30 thought he was your man. But so today, in the latest episode of As the Shannon Turns, Stephen A. Smith made a statement. Now, for those who, and let me say this. Hold on. Let me take a serious pause right now before we get into the rest of this. Before I forget to say it later. Thank you for the people on TikTok. We got over 1,000 likes. Can we get to 10,000 likes? I always try to get my goal is 10,000 likes. So can y'all please keep tapping it up over there? Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Mwah. Let me say this. Somebody left a comment under my video from yesterday, and they said, I'm paraphrasing because I don't have it in front of me, but they said something else. And if you're listening, I don't know if you're going to come back. You may choose not to come back, and that's okay. I respect people's decisions to go where they want to go. They left a statement that said, I normally enjoy your commentary, but your lack of empathy for the victims, and she said with an S, made me uncomfortable, and I had to stop watching. And my first response was, what's she talking about? And then I was like, let me process it before I respond. So let me say this. In yesterday's commentary, we were reading through the lawsuit. And anybody who's been here when I read through a lawsuit, I have thoughts as I'm reading, and I share those thoughts with y'all. I don't feel like I wasn't being empathetic to a potential, victim. What I do feel like I was doing was questioning some of the decisions that were made. That doesn't mean it was okay if what she's alleging happened. But I do feel like I have a right to question some of what she was saying. Now, I'm sorry if that offended you, if you're listening, or anybody else for that matter. But thank you, cuz. That's my cuz. That's my cuz right there. But I don't feel like I was, sympathetic. I feel like I gave Shannon Sharpe a whole lot. Now, maybe you didn't stay long enough, but I feel like I gave Shannon Sharpe a lot yesterday. But neither here nor there. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But we're going to keep it moving. So Stephen A. Smith today, and for those who don't know, you said we believe the victim. Right. I said, thank you, JB. I said we're going to, I'm always on the side of the victim until further information. But I do think I have a right to question some stuff. Baby, let me tell y'all something. I can take this back to Mike Tyson. And for those of you who are younger, y'all may not remember when Mike Tyson got into that trouble when he got convicted of RAPE as well. And I said it then. I said, if Mike Tyson did this, he had no right to do it. Obviously, he was wrong. However, I'm going to question the decision to invite a man up into your hotel room or to go up into a man's hotel room who you say had been sexually harassing you all day long. The man called you at midnight and invited you to dinner and then said, well, let's not go to dinner. Let's go upstairs to my hotel room. I do have to question the decision that you made. Now, that doesn't mean it was okay for that man to assault you if that's what he did. But I have to question the decision. Because to me, and I was in college when that happened. So in my mind, I was like, that wasn't a smart decision. Doesn't make it okay. But I'm going to question your decision. You said that man had been sexually harassing you all day long. He called you at midnight and said, let's go to dinner. And then when you got in his car, said, oh, wait a minute, let's go by my hotel first. I got to question the decision. So anyway, moving right along. So Stephen A. Smith, who Shannon Sharpe is on his show on ESPN. And it is Stephen A. Smith's show. But he has some things to say. Now, from the tone in which he said these things, I'm gonna share with y'all. I'm gonna let y'all hear what he's saying. And y'all tell me what y'all think when y'all hear it. Because, baby. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, everybody. Thank you for the roses. Thank you. All right, let's share this screen. Thank you, Chuck. That's my boo. Chuck said, people need to stop. Maybe I'm just giving my opinion, honey. I'm just giving my opinion. All right, let's talk about it. Now, I'm going to let y'all hear what Stephen A. Smith had to say, honey. We're going to listen to what Stephen A. Smith had to say. And I want to hear y'all's opinion on what he's putting down. Because I don't know if y'all heard what I heard, but I'm going to tell you, listen, I'm going to let y'all know what I heard. I don't know if y'all heard what I heard, but baby, we're going to talk about it. That's not what I meant to do. Sorry, hold on. Ciao. All right. I want y'all to hear what Stephen A. Smith had to say. We're not going to listen to this whole 9 minutes, but I want y'all to hear it.
So all I can speak about is what I know, and I can speak about ESPN and Disney. Always me in my daytime job on First Take. So I sit here before you today letting you know that they are aware.
Man. So in today's video, we got to talk about Shannon Sharpe, guys.
Lord,
I'm pretty sure you guys know.
Hold on, y'all. This is the wrong video. My bad. This is the wrong video. Give me a second. Lord, this is the wrong video. This ain't the video I wanted. Hold on. Give me a second. It's the wrong video, y'all. Sorry. Sorry, it's the wrong video. Give me a second. Thank you over on. Oh, we up to 3,000 likes over on TikTok. Keep hitting it. Keep hitting it. Keep hitting it. Thank y'all. Thank you for the people who are joining. Thank you for the roses and the gifts. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My bad, y'all. I had the wrong video pulled up. So let me pull up the correct video. All right, give me a second. Lord have mercy. Hold on. I'm gonna have to just do it this way. I didn't want to do it this way, but I'm gonna have to do it this way. Okay, hold on. Hey, what's up, Chicago in the house? Hey. Share my screen. I got the right one. Sorry, y'all. I had the wrong video. I had somebody else's video, and I don't want somebody else's reaction video. I want what Stephen A. Smith said. So, and y'all know I don't even rock with Stephen A. Smith, but I feel like what he said is important because it is his show, and I feel like, again, I'm gonna let y'all hear it, and y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. Okay.
Thank you so much for the love and support. Today's a different day because of where I have to get started and there's only going to be one subject discussed today. And it's where we're getting started. It's involving some news that broke yesterday involving Shannon Sharpe, my colleague at ESPN and my friend. The Hall of Fame tight end was sued on Sunday by a woman proceeding under the name Jane Doe pseudonym. The 13-page civil complaint filed in Nevada alleges that Sharpe committed assault, sexual assault, battery, and sexual battery. The plaintiff alleges Sharpe sexually assaulted her several times at the end of 2024
and we know all of this.
and the beginning.
Gabby and Tony Busby want 50.
Works on First Take, which airs on ESPN every weekday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern Standard
All right, here
Time.
we go. Sorry, y'all. Here we go.
He's been with me every Monday and Tuesday. We've been number one for 13 years and counting. But since Shannon has arrived, obviously he's helped the show immensely. And I can't thank him enough for it. We've grown close as friends. I'd like to believe that. I certainly root for him. I know he's been through a lot in life. He's overcome a lot of things. And when he departed from Fox, I was more than happy to bring him on board here. So all I can speak about is what I know based on the reports. And I can speak about ESPN and Disney.
I am definitely no fan of Stephen A. Smith. I'm playing this not because I care about his opinion, but because it's relevant to Shannon Sharpe and his job at ESPN. Please know, I am no Stephen A. Smith fan, and I really no longer care about his opinion on anything. After he threw Kamala Harris under the bus, that was really the nail in the coffin for me, and I was pretty much done with that. So, but here we go.
To be clear, even though this podcast, this YouTube show is owned and operated by me solely, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be dismissive of ESPN, who employs me in my daytime job on First Take. So I sit here before you today, letting you know that they are aware that this is a subject that I was going to broach because I owe them that courtesy. With that being said, it's important to point out a couple of things. Number one, I was not there. I can provide no eyewitness account. And even though I got love and respect for Shannon Sharpe, and I'm sincerely hopeful and prayerful that he is completely innocent of the allegations that have been levied against him, I can't sit here and speak to his innocence or guilt from a knowledgeable place because I have nothing to do with this. I haven't seen anything. I don't know anything. I don't even know this person. I know what the reports say. I know the reports, the things that have been reported on a multitude of outlets from the AP to the New York Post to Forbes to TMZ and then everything in between. I mean, I can't even count the number of publications that have talked about it or written about it, networks, etc. It's all over the internet. It's everywhere. And I know that. I'm fully aware of that. This is not a criminal case. So there is no concern about him going to jail. This is a civil case, which means that he can either be found liable or not liable. The accuser in question is seeking $50 million. That was confirmed by Shannon Sharpe on that video today. According to the reports, it's somebody that he met in 2023, who was 19 years old at that particular moment in time. According to some audio that was put out.
Y'all, are y'all following where Stephen A is going with this? I'm only gonna let a little bit longer play, but are y'all following where Stephen A is going with this? Baby, Stephen A, listen. He is long-winded. Child, he long-winded. But I need y'all to hear where he going.
Earlier today by Attorney Busby, you hear the accuser, the female, talking to somebody. How we to interpret that? Let me be very, very clear about where I'm coming from.
Absolutely, he does.
I'm a bit torn in terms of his response. On one hand, Tony Busby has sued Jay-Z. He did sue Diddy.
Okay, that's enough of him. I can't keep doing this. But I wanted y'all to hear that because what that sounds like to me is I'm letting y'all know now. When he get fired, don't come to me. That's what I say. It sounds like to me that he said he met with the president of Disney. He didn't say he met with, some executive. He said, I met with the president of Disney. And he gave me permission to tell you that I met with him. He said, look, it's my show and my name is on the marquee, but even I have bosses. And I met with my bosses today. And it ain't looking good. Like, I hope y'all read through what I read through. So, y'all, it sounds like, thank y'all for the gifts. Thank y'all so much. It sounds like to me like Shannon Sharpe might be losing his good Disney gig. Because people, don't forget, ESPN is under Disney. And they already gave him a pass. ESPN gave him a pass on that live stream, that accidental, air quote, accidental live stream. They already gave him a pass the first time. And I'm sure they told him, all right, we're going to let this thing go because, you was 2 consenting adults. It was what it was. And you said it was an accident, but don't let it happen again. I am pretty certain that he was pulled into the office. Remember, somebody, I don't know if it was on TikTok or YouTube, y'all, I'm sorry, said they got rid of Michael Irvin for less. Michael Irvin was sued for a sexual harassment. He sued, won the case, and he still lost his job on ESPN. Remember, what's my guy from the Celtics? that was he had a videotape of him with the strippers, and he was gambling and smoking the cigars and stuff like that. Or I don't know if it was regular cigars or the special cigars. Remember, he got fired. So, baby, Disney don't play them games. Now, the good news for Shannon Sharpe is he absolutely has his podcast, even if he doesn't get that $100 million. Paul Pierce, thank you, correct. He may not, he may or may not get this $100 million deal that for his podcast, but he's making good money between Cub, Shay Shay, and Nightcap. He's making good money. I'm not saying that makes it okay, y'all, but I'm just saying, unlike some people who that might have been their only gig, he all right. He all right. However, I'm sure it's gonna hurt his pockets. I'm sure his check from ESPN was a pretty good one. I'm sure not Disney, ain't Nickelodeon. Toya, you ain't right. You ain't right. Disney might close the door on him this time. Yeah. I do think this will be hard for his podcast because it's based on him keeping it real. And let me say this too. And the one thing Stephen Smith said that I've already said, I think I said it already in this podcast. You just shouldn't be litigating this in the court of public opinion. I'm sure you're paying your attorney a lot of money. Let them do their job. Let your attorneys do their job. And I didn't even like the statement his attorney made when I didn't like the fact that they put those text messages out there. I just didn't like that. I didn't understand the purpose in that. And all it did was open the door for her to drop her messages. She was like, oh, I see your text messages and I raised you a voicemail or a voice note. Oh, I see your text messages and I see you my text messages, right? Y'all talk for 2 years. I'm sure y'all have text messages that say all kinds of stuff. I'm sure y'all have voice notes that say all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. And it ain't a good look. Now, what it is doing though, I really think in the long run, it's really hurting your, for lack of a better word, reputation. Because now I've been reading a lot of people that are judging the race play in those text messages. Because let me tell you something. I don't understand why anybody, I get it. Everybody got kinks are kinks, whatever. But a lot of people ain't feeling I want you to put a big black baby in me. Like a lot of people ain't feeling that you was still rocking with her. And even in those voice notes, like the one that she dropped today where she said, she was like, well, I don't know why you want to take me out. Cause I'm assuming this was towards the end of their relationship. And she said, well, I don't know why you want to take me out. And he was like, you don't have to understand, Gabby. And she was like, well, I guess I'm going to go then because I don't want to be choked. And I felt like that was a setup. And guess what? You fell into it because you said, I don't care. I might just choke you in public. And again, maybe that's y'all kink. Maybe y'all was sexting. Maybe that's how y'all talk to each other. But it doesn't make people feel good. And I know some people might say, well, we don't have to feel good about his life. You're right. We don't. However, when people don't feel good about you, they don't consume your product. I mean, that's just what it is. When people don't feel good about you, they don't consume your product. And you are selling a product. You have your cognac that you want people to buy. You have your podcast that you want people to listen to and tune into. Like, again, and contrary to popular belief, just because you have 1 million followers, a million subscribers over on TikTok on YouTube does not mean that those 1 million people will continue to watch and continue to give you their views. It's here today, gone tomorrow. And just because you have 1 million subscribers doesn't mean your views are going to match the subscriber count. The views never match. I'm coming from somebody that's on YouTube every day. Baby, I have almost 19,000 subscribers over here on YouTube. And y'all know I don't get those kind of views on a regular basis on my videos. I mean, every once in a while I hit a good one and my views will be like, boop, boop, boop. But on average, I'm not getting 19,000 people watching my video every time I put out a video. I wish I was. And he tried to settle it already. And that, y'all know, I understand that settling something doesn't automatically make somebody guilty. However, people feel that way. People feel that way. So the fact that you already tried to settle it, the fact that there are 2 other lawsuits, and trust and believe, you can ask Diddy, you can ask all these other people, baby, they like roaches. And I'm not calling the women roaches. I'm saying it's like roaches. When one come out, here comes some more. What's up, 2 Geeks in the Nerd Productions? How you doing, my love? When there's more, y'all know how it is. If it's 2 already, they're going to keep coming. So, child. So that is, and can I say this honestly at this point, baby, take me out the group chat. Can y'all take me out the group chat? Because Shannon, in the court of public opinion, you're not winning. I need you to stop. I need you to stop, and I need you to let your attorney do whatever you're paying them to do. I did not hear anything, Charlamagne. Y'all know I don't. You know I don't look at the Breakfast Club. But if the clip didn't go viral, I don't know nothing that Charlamagne said. You know, take us out the group chat, please and thank you. Yeah, tell me what Charlamagne said, Cajun. Tell us in the chat. Okay, everybody over here. We have 10,000 likes. Thank you so much for being over here. I want to shout out the Pivot Strategist. I have been following you for a long time on TikTok, and I really enjoy the content you put out. She's an educator. I really enjoy the content you put out as well. Thank you for being in my live. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And if y'all are not following the Pivot Strategist over on TikTok, y'all make sure y'all give her a follow. She does education content, and I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Shannon needs to start. He does. And he should have never started. Like when I told y'all that on, what's today? Wednesday. I told y'all on Monday. I was like, in my opinion, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Child, you know Charlamagne gonna have something to say. All right. Let's see. I have let's talk about Kelli Forel down to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then we're gonna get off of TikTok, and I'm gonna do the Politricks on YouTube, and then we're gonna get up off of here, honey, because I have 500 things to do to get ready to go down to Atlanta this weekend. I ain't packed. Child, a mess. Anyway, and I'm leaving straight from work Friday, so I have today and tomorrow to get everything I need to get done. Because when I get off work Friday, I'm hitting the road. I wish I could get off work a little early on Friday, but I ain't gonna be able to make that happen. And Charlamagne needs to be quiet too. I need him to go over there somewhere. All right, Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kelli Forel is hit with a lawsuit over unpaid rent at her new restaurant location. Now, I know they reported this a few days ago, but child, we've been so caught up in the Shannon Sharpe of it all. I don't think we talked about it, but let's get into it, Shan. This is coming from the Jasmine brand. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kelli Forel is facing legal trouble as her landlord sues her for unpaid rent tied to her Sandy Springs Nana's Chicken and Waffles restaurant. Now, we said we was going to try to hit the chicken and waffles this weekend while I was down in Atlanta. Me and Scotty, we said we was going to try to hit it. I don't know. Because I think her other location is open. I don't know. Is the Sandy Springs location even open at this point? But her other location is. We said we was going to try to catch it. Now, I'll let y'all know if we make it and what the food is given, okay? The landlord company known as the Prado claims Forel breached the lease by failing to obtain required permits, failing to commence tenant improvements, failing to open the premises for business with the public, in addition to failing to pay rent. The landlord alleges she owes $101,140.64. They always crack me up when they add that cent. Baby, if I had $100,000, I would just round it up. Okay? 64 cents. Why you had to add that? Anyway. An additional $13,453 in future rent. A rep for Kelli Forel said this is in regard to her second location, which is underway, blaming divorce-related expenses and adding the situation is currently being sorted out. Now, to be fair, she did let us know that her business had been greatly affected because of the divorce. We know that the divorce, I think, just recently became final. So this probably, to be fair, this probably did have something to do and tied up with the divorce things. Maybe her money was funny, because I believe this is the location she was trying to open that they showed us on the show. And the man told her on the show that it ain't gonna be open. She wanted to open in 30 days. He told her that wasn't gonna happen. He said it's not gonna be 30 days. I don't know what you thought was gonna be, but this ain't gonna be 30 days. Now, at the end of the day, I'm gonna give her a little grace. I do think that it has something to do with what's going on with her divorce. Like, anybody that's been through a divorce knows that divorces can be crazy. She done already told us that this man was trying to take her business and stealing money out of her bank account. All kind. Well, I shouldn't say stealing. They was married. I don't know if she was stealing it or not, but taking money out of her bank account. Okay. So, yeah, I ain't really had nothing else today. So it was Shannon. It was Kelly. Now, I do have a shit we did not ask for before we get off of TikTok. For those of you that are on TikTok, over on my YouTube channel, we have a segment called Shit We Did Not Ask For. Okay? And you can play over on YouTube, on TikTok, you can play. So, usually food or something along those lines. Today is some food. So, as I was scrolling, I found that Krispy Kreme is going to introduce a line of cheesecake-inspired donuts. Now, for those of you that like cheesecake, I'm not a big cheesecake eater, but for those of you that like cheesecake, y'all want a cheesecake-inspired donut? Now, notice they said inspired. So, I don't know what they're going to do with the icing. I'm not sure. What up, Cruiser? I'm not sure what they're going to do with the icing. Okay, Chuck said a 1. Chuck said, here, try it. Okay, I'm not a cheesecake fan. I'll pass. I want vegan donuts. I'll consider it. I'm in. So if you're over on TikTok, put a 1 in the chat if you're going to try it. If you think you're going to try the cheesecake-inspired donuts down to the Krispy Kreme, let me know if that's something y'all want. Lord, Tracy just sent me something by It's On Site. Lord, I'm going to have to see what it is after I get off of here, honey. I can't see it from here. I can't see it while I'm on live. Okay, we have a lot of 1s on this one. I think if you like cheesecake, I think it's something you would definitely try. I don't, they look like, some of them look like they're filled and some of them look like regular donuts. So I'm sure the filling is probably some sort of cheesecakey, you know. Don't mess with my cheesecake. The two don't mix. I'm not a big, like I said, I'm not a big cheesecake person. Honestly, the only cheesecake I really enjoy, I do like the banana cream cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory. I do like that. But just regular cheesecake, I'm not a big cheesecake fan. And when I tell you, I feel like for a while, every time I went to a banquet or any type of like formal dinner reception, the dessert was always cheesecake. I was like, we don't have nothing else. Y'all can't come up with nothing else but cheesecake or chocolate cake. I don't like chocolate cake either. And I was like, we can't just have some regular vanilla cake with some vanilla icing. Like we just can't do that. So I don't like Krispy Kreme, but I love cheesecake. Now I like Krispy Kreme. Baby, when I was in college, I think I told y'all that before. Baby, when I was that's the first time I had the hot cheesecake when the hot sign was on. I didn't even know what they was talking about. When they was like, the hot sign is on, we going over to going over to Krispy Kreme. I said, what the hell does that mean? And baby, we got in the car. We drove over to that Krispy Kreme when the hot sign was on. Baby, when I tell you, baby, if you ain't never had a Krispy Kreme when the hot sign was on, baby, it's an experience. The way that donut melts in your mouth, woo, wee, baby. When I tell you, and there's a Krispy Kreme in Virginia. And if I pass it and that hot sign is on, baby, I will turn around. I'm telling you the truth. I ain't gonna tell you no lies, baby. If I'm driving and that hot sign is on, I can't resist the hot sign. Now, I'm not crazy about the Krispy Kremes you buy out the store after they've been frozen and all that. Once you've had a Krispy Kreme straight out the Krispy Kreme store fresh, baby, you don't want them no more. You don't want them no more. But baby, you get that Krispy Kreme with the hot sign. Tell you, it's an experience. I'm too busy talking about Krispy Kreme. Why? I'm too busy, child? Can you say happy birthday to my brother Dixon Mays? I can. Oh, that's why you said I was too busy. I'm sorry. I was having a moment. I didn't even see it. Happy birthday, Dixon. How old is Dixon turning? Man, how old is Dixon? Is he 13 or is he 93? How old is Dixon? We'll find out how old Dixon is. Dixon is 54. Well, happy birthday, Dixon. Is he cute? That's my age range. Is he cute? Now, can you say I have a stomach ache thinking about it, baby? You don't like chocolate cake? Blasphemy. Now, the Greensboro hit Krispy Kreme donuts are divine. Child, baby, let me tell you something. Because, baby, that's what. And then they had the nerve to build a Krispy Kreme right across the street from campus. But that was towards the end of my days. And I was on my way out. But, baby, because we used to have to drive across town to the Krispy Kreme. Somebody had to have a car. Somebody had to have a car to take you over to that Krispy Kreme. Somebody on YouTube said, does he have money? I just said, is he single? They say, does he have money? I mean, I guess I need to know that too. But, I mean, we need to know if he's single first. Woo. All right, over here on TikTok. Thank you so much for everybody that joined me on TikTok. Now we're gonna go over to YouTube. If you want to join the party on YouTube, come on over to YouTube. It's ReallyBTV on YouTube. Just type in ReallyBTV and I will pop right up. We about to take the party over to YouTube. I'm about to log off of TikTok. But thank y'all for being here. Thank you, for all gifts. Thank you for all of the likes, all the times that you guys tap the screen, and thank you. And thank you for any gifts. I appreciate that. All right. Thank y'all. Mwah. Let me end this. All right. All right, you guys. So the main reason why I ended it over on, wait a minute. I ended it over on TikTok. One, my battery about to die. And two, because we getting ready to get into Politricks, and I really don't want to blend the two over, want to keep it what it is. So yesterday I told you guys we were going to do a Politricks, but baby, I didn't know we was going to spend 2 hours talking about Shannon Sharpe. So I'm going to talk about the Politricks that used to hit that Krispy Kreme on my way to work at Seller Ads. Child, that Krispy Kreme. You know the one I'm talking about, cruising the Krispy Kreme. What was it? Was it High Point Road? I don't think it's called High Point Road anymore. But was that High Point? No. It wasn't High Point Road. It was Battleground. Was that Battleground where the Krispy Kreme was? I think it was Battleground. I know that's what the IHOP was. I might be getting the IHOP and the Krispy Kreme mixed up. Anyway, child, we needed somebody with a car. And I'll never forget my freshman year, somebody said, the hot sign is on. We're going over to Krispy Kreme. Now, how they knew the hot sign was on all the way from campus, I don't know. No. I think they said, we're going to drive over to Krispy Kreme to see if the hot sign is on. I think maybe that's what they said. Neither here nor there, the hot sign was on when we got there, child. Ooh, baby. That thing was some kind of good. I ain't had a good Krispy Kreme in a long time. I'm going down. You know what? I'm coming through that way this weekend. I might find me a Krispy Kreme and see if the hot sign is on, yeah. It was High Point, and that High Point, Greensboro Road, and Battleground. Okay. So I was right. Okay. I'm not sure which one we used to go to. It might have been Westgate Boulevard or Lee Street. It might have been the one on Battleground, because I feel like we used to drive. And Battleground from campus was a little hike, because I remember when I got my apartment was way down Battleground, and I was like, baby, if you coming to visit me, you gonna call first, because baby, you gonna call first. Ain't nobody just gonna show up at my apartment. I lived all the way down Battleground where the Walmart was. If those of y'all that are my Greensboro people that are in the room, my apartment, and I forget the name of the apartment complex, but it was right across from that Walmart, and it was a nice apartment too. Baby, if I told y'all how much I paid for my first apartment, how my rent was at that apartment down to Greensboro, baby, it was a 1-bedroom apartment, but it had washer and dryer. I had a little all of the apartments were like on one floor, so we all had like a little garden like patio situation. And it was nice. It was a nice apartment. I think it was like $500 a month, Rock Creek. I really do. I really think it was $450, honestly. I really think it was $450, but I'm gonna say $500, but I really think it was $450. And all I had was a Duke Power bill, because water, I didn't have a water bill. All I had was a Duke Power bill, child. Ooh, those were the days. $500 for rent for a 1-bedroom apartment. Child. With washer and dryer, baby. And it was right across from the Walmart. I remember it used to be a B-Lo. And I remember when that B-Lo opened, it was a grocery store called B-Lo, and it was down that way. It was right a little bit past that little battleground. It was a Stein Mart there. I want to say, was it a TGI Fridays or a Ruby Tuesdays or something like that up in there? Yeah, honey, it was right up in there. Anyway, yes, those were the good old days, child. Anyway, moving right along, because child don't need staying stuck there, because whoo. All right, so this is what I wanted to share with y'all. And so let me say this. We have 245 people here now. Please hit the like button if you have not done so already. I appreciate that. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But I'm about to get into some Politricks. So if that's not where you want to be, I'm not going to be yelling and screaming, but we are going to talk a little bit about, I just want to share something with y'all because something happened yesterday. Cruz, I know you don't really want to do the politics, but I want you to hear what I'm about to say. So something I was going to share with y'all weeks ago. But honestly, y'all, I told y'all I wanted to try to stay in a positive space when it came to what we have going on in our world right now. I know it's easy to get caught up in all of the things that are going wrong. Oh, Abby, are you here? Thank you. I know it's easy for us to get caught up in all the things that are going wrong with with the world, but I try to stay in a positive space. But something happened yesterday that really made me say, I really do need to come down here and talk to the people and share with the people something I've been wanting to share with y'all for, like, when I say weeks, I mean weeks. I just wasn't ready, but I'm gonna do it today. Because I want y'all to really, 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 and part of the reason why I had changed my mind about bringing it to you all is because it was kind of like, what are we going to do about it? Right. But I just want y'all to be aware in case y'all weren't. I just want y'all to be aware. So I'm going to share my screen. True. That's true, Cruiser. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to tell y'all what sparked why I'm doing this. So, and I want to give credit. This came from, I think the Baller Alert, but this was months ago. So I have to give credit where credit is due. Let me share my screen. And what they did was, my first experience with TJ Maxx was a little store in Greensboro. Really? Child, I used to go to the TJ Maxx up on, I think that was my Battleground. It was High Point Road, but it was way past, because I used to work at Babies R Us. And I think it was a TJ Maxx out that way. If you remember Babies R Us on High Point Road, it was past the mall. You just kept going. You kept driving past the mall. It was past the mall. All right. All right, so let me share my screen with you guys. And I'm going to make this bigger so you guys can see it. I'm going to try to make myself as small as possible. Let me take this off the screen. Thanks again, cuz. Let me take this off the screen. And let me make this bigger so you guys can see it. Oh, shoot. I should have downloaded this, but all right. Can y'all see it? All right. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. Y'all can't see this. Hold on. All right. I don't know if y'all can see this. All right. I hope y'all can see this. Okay. Maybe if I do it this way, I can make it bigger. So Baller Alert posted this again months ago. I'm not even sure. Probably right after the election or the inauguration or something. I don't know. But it's basically a step-by-step breakdown of how, I don't know if that's much better, but it's basically a step-by-step breakdown of how an authoritarian government gets control, right? And I think a lot of people feel like you know, like Hitler just woke up one day and was in charge, right? And that's just not how it happens. It's a very methodical step-by-step process. And this is showing how Nazi Germany happened and compared it to Project 2025. So I'm sorry if this is not big enough for you guys to read it, but I will read it to you. And I'll try to make it bigger, but I'll read it to you. So the first thing is step one. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Step one, authoritarian leadership and control of opposition. Nazi Germany, Hitler demanded absolute loyalty. He dismantled democratic institutions and he silenced political opponents. His regime vilified independent media and labeled critics as Marxists or enemies of the state. That is exactly what Donald Trump is doing, right? He's suing the mainstream media and basically is letting them know, if you do not give us, if you don't spew the news in my favor, then you are an enemy of the state. You're a left-wing extremist, you know, and I'm going to sue you. You see, over CBS yesterday capitulated to Donald Trump and has agreed to Donald Trump's terms because he threatened to take their FCC license if they didn't. And as a result, I think it was the executive producer of 60 Minutes has now quit. Like, look, I'm not going to work under these conditions, right? And then Joseph Goebbels controlled the propaganda, ensuring the dissenting voices were suppressed. That lady that he has, and I'm not even going to call her name. Y'all know that lady. His you know, the lady that does his press briefings, she is absolutely a Joseph Goebbels in modern day. I mean, she is going to slew the propaganda. And even if you say my shirt is red, she's going to say your shirt is not red, because the president didn't say that was red. The president said that was scarlet. And you better not say red again, right? Remember when the AP press secretary, thank you, Nubian, I couldn't get it out. Thank you, my love. Remember when the AP wouldn't call the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, and they tried to ban them from the press room because they said that the president changed the Gulf of the name and you're going to respect that. And the AP was like, but we're not, because he didn't. Just because you make an executive order saying it's the Gulf of America does not change it to the Gulf of America. And they had to take it to court, and they won in court. But in the meantime, the fact that, and when I say nobody, I'm not saying nobody, y'all. I'm saying the people that can do something. Let me say that. When I say nobody, for the purposes of this conversation, when I say nobody, I mean the people that can do something. Because let's be clear, I'm not happy with how the Democrats have handled everything as it relates to Donald Trump since January the 20th. But what I am going to say is, at the end of the day, we know they really don't have any power. I mean, they just don't. Now, there's a lot of things that I feel like they could do that they're not doing, but at the end of the day, they really don't have the power. The people that have the power aren't doing anything. So when I say nobody's doing anything, again, I'm talking about the people who have the power to change it, okay? All right, so that's step one. Let's go to step two. Step two, scapegoating minorities, us versus them rhetoric. In Nazi Germany, Hitler blamed the Jews, the communists, and other minorities for Germany's problems, portraying them as threats to the nation. The Nazi Party promoted us versus them narrative to consolidate support. And when we talk about Project 2025, we already know what. Look at what we're doing now. They are deporting people without due process. They are deporting people without even telling them why they're being deported. Where they do that at? Well, obviously in the United States. So this is comparing Project 2025. So I'll just read a little bit of this. The initiative heavily focuses on restricting immigration and portrays undocumented migrants as a national security threat. And some of this stuff you guys know, so I'm not going to be redundant. I just want to bring this to your attention. Step 3. LGBTQIA prosecution. Nazi Germany, Berlin's LGBTQ community flourished in the 1920s, but the Nazis criminalized homosexuality, burned down institutions like the Institute, and it's in German, so I ain't going to sit here and pretend like it, but the Institute for Gay People, I'm going to just say that. It sent LGBTQ plus individuals to concentration camps. We already know the attack on the LGBTQIA community. We know that, right? I'm going to come back. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say it all at one time. So the first group of people, and this is why I wanted Cruiser to stay, because it affects her as well. Yesterday, what triggered me into doing this was when RFK Jr., a Secretary of Health and Human Services. He may have been Patricia. He also wasn't blonde hair and blue eyed, but he seemed to think that was the master race. So, you know, when it comes to Hitler, he said that he wants. First of all, he made this ridiculous speech last week about what autistic people could never do, how they're a drag on society, how autistic people will never drive a car, they'll never feed themselves, they'll never do this, they'll never do that, they'll never do that. And we know it's coming from a place of pure ignorance, but it's also coming from a place of pure hate. Listen, let's call a thing a thing. What I want us to stop doing, and when I say us, I mean me too. What I want us to stop doing, I want us to stop giving these people passes and saying, oh, they're just ignorant. No, they're not. He knows exactly what he's saying. He's not stupid. He's not stupid. He knows exactly what he's saying. I do not believe for one moment that RFK does not know autistic people who function every day. Elon Musk is autistic. Albert Einstein was autistic. And I'm sure the list goes on and on. I'm sure y'all could drop all sorts of famous names in the chat of famous people who are autistic. So you're not going to sit here and tell me that he does not know that. I'm not going to give him a pass and saying, oh, he's just ignorant. No, he's cruel and he's racist and he is dangerous. And what he's now saying is that he wants to create a database so that he can track autistic people. That's what triggered me. Because let me tell you why that triggered me. Because why do you need to track autistic people? Why do we need a database to track autistic people? Explain. I don't understand why we need that, right? And so with that being said, he also said Black people have too much immunity, and that right, exactly, R&D, and we didn't need the full shot because our body makeup, blah blah blah, when it came to the COVID shot. Right. So the reason why that triggered me is because if you've studied history and you understand the Holocaust and you understand where and how it started, right, the Kennedy family started the Special Olympics. Like, stop playing with me. So he knows. He definitely knows. Not I wanted to square up. I have 2 autistic nieces. Isn't Trump's son autistic? I don't know if that's ever been. I don't know if that's a thing. I think people have said it, but I don't know if that's true. But I don't know. So for those people who do not know, how, like, the first victims of the Holocaust were the mentally ill and the handicapped. And I'm not saying that people who have autism are mentally ill. Please understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're they're mentally ill, but what I'm saying is that is where the Holocaust started. The Holocaust started with a program called T9. I think it was called T9. And what happened was Hitler ordered people in these mental hospitals to basically be exterminated. Let me change. I'm sorry, I forgot y'all can't see me. Let me change this for a second. He wanted them to be exterminated. And so for people who were in mental hospitals, all of a sudden family members started getting these letters saying, we're so sorry to inform you that your loved one has been, that your loved one has been has passed away, that your loved one fell down the steps. We're so sorry. Your loved one was sick and they didn't make it. Your loved one. And people started getting because, back in the day, people would put their family in these mental hospitals and, they were wards of the state, right? So people started getting these letters. And once people started comparing notes and they said, wait a minute, your aunt died, your cousin died, my cousin, what? And I'm not going to get into all the details, but it was exposed. And of course, at first Hitler was like, what are you talking about? That's not what's going on. Don't believe what they're saying. They're just trying to, they're hating on me and we're trying to save the world, right? So it started there. So that's what triggered me because I was like, wait a minute. We're going to start keeping databases on autistic kids now or autistic people? For what fucking reason? And then last week he talking about I'll cure autism within, what did he say, within the next 6 months? First of all, sir, not the same person that say he don't even believe in vaccines going to cure something. Okay. Number two, how you going to cure something you don't even know what it's caused by? Cruiser said that. Cruiser said, how you going to cure something you don't even know how you don't even know what's the cause? So the second thing is after he went after the mentally ill first, then he went after the LGBTQ community, right? What he started doing was he started raiding gay because again, it was underground, it was illegal. So he started raiding the gay clubs. And what happened when he raided the gay clubs? He would keep a database. If you got arrested, you had to give your name. I know you will, Cruiser. I know you will, baby. So if you got arrested down to the gay club, now your name was on a list. And what a lot of people do not know, people and some people in the gay community don't even know, because I had this conversation with my students. I'm one of the sponsors of our Gay Straight Alliance at my school, and we had this conversation. A lot of my students don't know. If you've ever seen the pink triangle as it relates to gay pride, if you guys have ever seen that symbol, the pink triangle, that is where that symbol comes from. Because just like Hitler made the Jews wear the Star of David, he made members of the LGBTQ community that were on his database, they had to wear a pink triangle. A lot of people don't know these things, right? We know the Jews, we got it. But let's be clear, Hitler didn't like nobody. He didn't like anybody that he did not deem was part of his master race. And remember, he didn't even fit the criteria for his own master race. Jehovah's Witnesses had one too. Thank you, Cajun. Another movie, Bent. Oh, I'm about to check. I haven't seen Bent. I have to check it out. All right. So let me go to number 3. Well, no, that was number 3. Let me go to number 4. That was number 3. Yeah. Was that number 3? Yeah. There's only 7 of them. So let's go to number 4. Women's rights and role in society. Again, we already know he took away women's choice when it comes to abortion. And did y'all see the article yesterday where the Trump administration is thinking about offering women $5,000 to have a baby? I know for any of y'all who saw that article, did everybody see that article? Where they're talking about paying women to have a baby because the population is dropping? I know y'all don't think they talking about y'all. I know y'all don't think they talking about paying Black people, women of color. I know y'all don't think that's who that money for. That is for the white women. Let's call a thing a thing. Baby, they're not worried about the population dropping. They worried about the white population dropping. The white population. Please understand that they're not talking about you. Was it 5K or 8K? Either way, it still don't cover it. But let's be clear. They not talking about us. They ain't offering us nothing to have a baby. I promise you that. Because when they talk about the population dropping, baby, they talking about the white population. Sound like The Handmaid's Tale. Is it funny how popular the show got and now this? You heard J.D. Vance during the election when he said that he didn't think single women should have the right to vote. Remember he said that? Y'all, we're going to stop. And I know we laugh at them. I know we all do it. We laugh, all of that. But we're going to stop pretending like these people don't know what the fuck they saying. They know what they're saying. They know exactly what they're saying. That man said single women shouldn't vote. They know what they're saying. All right, let's go to the next one, child. 5, media control and censorship. The Nazi regime controlled media, spreading propaganda while silencing and intimidating journalists. Books deemed degenerate or subversive were burned, especially those discussing progressive ideologies. Again, we've been talking about this on the Teacher Project for almost 2 years about the book banning down in Florida. Remember, I told you guys that the my comments are gone, y'all. If y'all the type, okay, there they go. I'm about to say my comments are gone. Remember, we talked about this. I told y'all, El Teddy and I on the Teacher Project, we talked about there's the way the law in Florida was written. Teachers could possibly be arrested and be charged with a felony if they are using a book that is deemed a book that is being banned. Remember, I told y'all that teachers could go to jail and be charged with a felony. And we already see what they're doing with the media. We know what they're doing with the propaganda. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on women's rights, child. I went back to the damn. My bad. Y'all know what I'm my brain, child. Child, they getting to the point now. Where was that? Was that Georgia? Was that Georgia where I saw that woman was being the woman was being charged because she had a miscarriage? Was that Georgia? Somebody help me. Somebody tell me if it was Georgia. Where they're talking about charging a woman because she had a miscarriage. I just read that one. 6, economic policies and oligarch power. Hitler worked closely with corporate elites, privatized industries, and eliminated labor unions. Corporate profits shared while worker protections declined. Hello. Who was at Hitler's? Lord, not Hitler. Who was at Donald Trump's inauguration? That was Georgia. Thank you. Who was at Donald Trump's inauguration? He had Jeff Bezos. He had the Facebook boy. He had of course Elon Musk, and it was about 2 or 3 other of the top richest men in the world were at his inauguration. Zuckerberg, that's him. Thank you. Did y'all see where he's selling a $5 million gold card to Russian oligarchs that want American citizenship? $5 million and you can buy your citizenship. $5 million. Automatic citizenship. You don't have to go through no paperwork. You don't have to do nothing else, mind you, but he kicking everybody else out who's trying to come in the country. You know, he kicking them out. But for $5 million, you can buy your membership. It could have been Texas or Oklahoma. I know they just changed the law. They said even if a woman does activities as riding a bike to cause a miscarriage. See, that's crazy as hell. It was banned from the library, but Mein Kampf was yeah, I saw that too. I can't remember the name of the book now either, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Mein Kampf was in the library, but they were banning other books. Sure were. How can America be the world's moral police, but we're sliding backwards to where other countries have already been? I don't know if we're the moral police anymore. What's up, Dovey? All right, that's number 7 is the last one. Mass death and war. The Holocaust resulted in the genocide of 11 million people, closer to 15 million, but okay. World War II caused 70 to 85 million deaths globally. Now, I'm not trying to scare anybody. That's why I told y'all to click off if y'all didn't want to hear this. But I was triggered yesterday. And like I said, I just didn't get into it yesterday because, Lord, we were here for 2 hours talking about Shannon Sharpe. But I did want to share that with y'all. Like I said, I've had that for months. And I just kept saying I was going to come down here, come down here, come down here. And this is why, and I'm going to keep saying it because people need to keep hearing it. I'm going to keep saying it. Oh, Lord. Child, I was just running my mouth. I didn't know what was going on. I took myself off the screen. My bad. But this is why I keep saying, I'm going to keep saying it for anybody. And anybody get offended. Oh, well, sorry. But this is why I said to people that this election is different. This ain't the same as not being a fan of a Republican. I've had Republican friends in the past. We've debated. We've talked about what we like, what we don't like. We've agreed, we've disagreed, all of that. But baby, this is different. And I'm not saying that other Republicans were perfect and great. No, I didn't agree with policies of Bush. I didn't agree with policies of Reagan. I didn't agree with, I ain't saying that. I'm not going to look back with rose-colored glasses and act like everything was perfect under then. It wasn't. But baby, this is different. This Trump thing that's going on, this is different. Right, this ain't policy. Absolutely. This ain't policy. This different. And that's why I said when it came to this election, I can't fuck with you. Because this man was very clear about his intent. Y'all still can't hear me? I think those are old messages popping up. This man was very clear about what his intent was. And he is now acting it out. He is now doing exactly what he said he was going to do. He's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. You can't be mad at him. The people that are mad now are the people who thought it didn't mean them. And I've said it and I'm going to keep saying it. You're not mad because of these policies. You're mad because they're affecting you. Because you didn't have a problem with these policies when you thought they were going to affect somebody else. And baby, if you listen to some of these Trump supporters that are mad, they say that. They say, well, we didn't think he was talking about the good people. You don't say. I didn't think he was just going to fire everybody. Really? I mean, I understand we need to make government smaller, but I thought he was going to take a methodical approach to it. What has Donald Trump ever done or said to make you think he was methodical about any fucking thing? fuck around and find out moment for the governor of Arkansas, mush face herself, Huckabee. Well, Huckabee Sanders, whatever. They had these big old tornadoes down in Arkansas, and she applied for FEMA relief. And guess what? She got denied. She used to be his damn press secretary. She has been carrying his water for years. She got denied FEMA relief. And she's ordered an appeal. But baby, I said, oh, because you thought he was only talking about, you know what, the blue states weren't going to get any FEMA money? Who'd you think he was talking about? When they said they were going to eliminate FEMA, what did you think that meant? So this is what I'm saying. And listen, y'all know I'm a 92% all day long, baby. I'm a 92% all day long. But this is what I will say to you guys. I've told y'all before, you guys need to find your independent source of media. Stop looking at CNN. Stop looking at MSNBC. And listen, when I say that, I don't mean at all. I love me some Rachel Maddow. But what I'm saying is find you some independent sources of information. Support those platforms. Don Lemon goes live twice a day. There's a lot of people over on I like Media Touch. I love Aaron, what's his name? Aaron Ponis. I love Brian Tyler. Substack has y'all know I love my girl Tabitha Speaks. Substack has a lot of people over there that are bringing you guys this real information. And listen, the one thing I will say that I you know, me and El Teddy disagree on this, but one thing I do agree with El Teddy on is I'm not going to make someone else feel bad for doing what they feel like they need to do. BBC is good. Al Jazeera is good, right? I love, Substack is great. I personally am going to do what I need to do. But if you want to go to a town hall and yell at these people, baby, go to that town hall and yell at them people. If you want to go out and protest, baby, go out and protest. I'm telling you what, the way I'm doing it is going to be to continue to bring the education to you guys and have the conversations with you guys. And listen, we going to know when it's time to move. El Teddy, I don't know. You know what? I have not talked to him. He's been really busy. You know, he's busy. Anyway. I'll probably talk to El Teddy. I don't know when he's coming back, to be honest with you. But he'll probably be back. I don't even want to speak for him. But as soon as I know, I'll let you guys know. Use your library card and read newsletters. Yes, honey. Yes. Right. Handle it in a way that is healthiest for you. But Substack is a great place to go as well. I've been enjoying Substack. The best protest is keeping your cash. He said hour. Oh, he's coming on tonight. El Teddy's coming on tonight? Hold on. I wouldn't have taken his time if I knew he was coming on tonight. Oh, he said Thursday. Oh, okay. Because I was like, I didn't think he was coming on tonight. Okay, so he'll be here tomorrow. Good. Okay, good for him. Good. Bad bilge body here in Georgia had the police escort those people. Yeah, and tased them too. So that's why I said you have to do what is comfortable for you, and especially, and also for where you are. I'm in a blue state. You know what I mean? But I'm right next to a red one. Don't get it twisted. I have saved so much money only buying essentials. I refuse to stimulate this man's economy. I know that's right, Quake. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I haven't been spending most of my money in the last 3 months has been traveling. I feel like I've spent more money traveling than anything else. But I haven't been doing now. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. I think it's this purse I want. My city library has changed their rules. If you don't use your card for 3 months, it'll be on probation. What? That's crazy as hell. Virginia is purple, child. Virginia red. I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying. Virginia technically is purple, but with that governor over there, I feel like Virginia red. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Hold on. Them lips popping really be. Do you have a Juvia's Place code? I wish. You know what? I need to reach out to Juvia's Place. Now I do. I can put Juvia's Place as I can get off of Juvia's Place when I add it to my video. I think today I did Fenty, but I usually do Juvia's Place. I do Juvia's Place most of the time on my video. Now I make money off of that. If y'all click the link in my video and order off of the items that I have up there, I'll get money off of that. But I do need to reach out to Juvia because it was easy to get a code for Black Girl Vitamins. I'm gonna reach out to Juvia's Place to see how you can become an affiliate. Cause I just feel like I feel like on top of the money I spend in Juvia's Place, I feel like I be sending a whole lot of y'all over there. Thank you, Sam. All right, y'all, I'm about to get off of here. I really was trying to get my reviews done today. I didn't think this was going to be a long live. I was like, we're going to jump on, going to get on for an hour and get off. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I got some crab legs. I need to warm these crab legs up and eat the rest of these crab legs because they ain't going to be no good by the time I get back here on Monday. So I'm going to eat those, and I got to get this trash out of here because they smelling up my kitchen. You never heard of Juvia's Place? Oh, wow. So I'm going to eat these crab legs. If I have the energy, because, baby, when I tell you today was a rough day, baby, today was rough. And I had a headache most of the day. Baby, today was a rough day. I ain't lying. Them kids wore me out today. I'm tired. Baby, I'm tired. But I do still owe y'all Never Ever Meets and Raising Canaan. And I really don't want to get 3 weeks behind on Raising Canaan. I'm going to be honest. I may just do a audio. I may just do a pre-record and just upload them, y'all. At this point, child. At this point, I may just do a pre-record and upload them. Child, I ain't even worried about the ones that's failing. Because at this point, baby, it's fourth quarter. I told the kid straight up today. I said, listen, I really don't care if you cut my class for the rest of the year. Just do it quietly. And I meant that. Because there's nothing they can do to pass my class. So I don't care if you don't come back. Don't come back the rest of the year. Just do it quietly. You don't have to be loud about it. You could just be quietly cutting my class. I had a girl today with a bonnet on and she told me she wasn't leaving my class. I said, mind you, she knows I don't do the bonnet thing. I said, if you don't take that bonnet off your head, mind you, she didn't have the bonnet on until the last 20 minutes of class and then proceeded to tell me I ain't taking it off. I said, well, if you don't take it off, you know you got to leave my room, right? She said, I ain't leaving it and I ain't taking it off. I'm sorry, what? I'm not leaving and I'm not taking it off. I'm sorry, those were the two options I gave you. Okay, no problem. No problem. So I went over there because I was like, maybe I ain't hear her correctly. Maybe I ain't hear her correctly. So I walked back over there and I said, hold up. Maybe I did not hear you correctly. I said, take that. And mind you, me and her, we got a decent, at the beginning of the year, we were cool. And then, listen, can I tell y'all something? For all my teachers in the room, y'all are going to know exactly what I'm getting ready to say. We were cool at the beginning of the year until she got her a piece. She ain't told me she got her a piece, but I know she got her a piece because I can tell the difference in a girl on how she act before and how she act afterwards. And baby, she got her a piece because she been acting a fool ever since. So anyway, moving right along. So I walked over to her and I said, Maybe you didn't understand. I gave you 2 options. I didn't give you a third. Option number 1, you need to take that bonnet off your head. I said you can go to the bathroom if you feel like you got to get your hair together or something along the line. But baby, or you can leave. You already know I don't do the bonnet thing. Baby, she said, I'm not leaving. And she said, until you tell me where my work is. I said, your work is the same place it's been all year. I said, okay, no problem. I got on that very nicely, got on that phone. I said, you need to come get this girl out of my room. And they knew who the girl was. I ain't gonna say her name. But when I said her name, because she one of them kids, right? I said, come get your friend. Because I called the administrator that like her, right? I said, come get her out of my room. And security came and got her out of my room. See, I don't play them games. I don't play them games. I gave you an option. Option A and option B. There was no option C. There was no C. Baby, security came and got her up out my room. And I ain't do no whole bunch of arguing back and forth. I said, oh, okay. I went over to my phone. I said, come get. No, matter of fact, I didn't even. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I called. I said, come get her out of my room. And baby, security came knocking at my door a few minutes later. I said, go ahead with him. Go ahead. Now all of a sudden she gonna get up out the room like it ain't no baby. And like I said, she one of them kids. I don't care if you cut the rest of the year. Just do it quietly. Don't come in here giving me a hard time. Just don't come. Anyway, let me go. Thank you, Majani. I forgot about that. So maybe I won't worry about Raising Canaan. Maybe I'll do Raising Canaan next week since it doesn't come back until May the 2nd. I do have a little bit more time for Raising Canaan. And Never Ever Meets. I do have some stuff to say about Never Ever Meets. So I'm going to have to do that live, but it won't be tonight. I'm about to eat these crabs and I'm about to chill. It won't be tonight. Maybe tomorrow. Because I'm serious. I don't want to be in the group chat no more. So maybe tomorrow we could do it. All right, y'all, let me get out of here. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.